Hi friends, welcome to JC Infomania YouTube channel. Today we are going to see a sum in flexible budget. So this is the sum. So first I will intimate you what are the things that they have given in the sum. So they have given material, labor, direct expenses, factory expenses, selling and distribution expenses, and administration expenses. That is, these items they have given for 5,000 units of production. So if you are going to produce 5,000 units, these are the expenses that the company is going to make. So, and what is the question? They have asked to prepare a flexible budget for a production of 4,000 units and 6,000 units. So they have given the details for 5,000 units. Now we have to prepare a flexible budget for 4,000 units and 6,000 units. So in the sum, there are certain important things that you have to see. So first of all, we will see how much expenses they have given for the material. So material, it is 40 rupees per unit. Labor 30 rupees per unit, direct expenses 20 rupees per unit, factory expenses 30 rupees per unit. In the bracket they have given 30% fixed. So this means the remaining 70% is variable. So next, selling and distribution expenses 20 rupees. So in the bracket they have given 15% fixed. So the remaining 85% is variable. Administration expenses 10 per unit. So in the bracket they have given 100% fixed. So in this case of administration expenses, there is no variable cost. So friends, let's move to the answer. So to prepare the solution for the particular sum, we have to create these columns. In the sum, they have given data for 5,000 units, and they have asked to produce a flexible budget for 4,000 units and 6,000 units. So in this case, we have to put one column for 5,000 units, that is per unit, then amount. Similarly for 4,000 units and 6,000 units. So we have one more column called output, or we can also put the heading as particulars. So first of all, now I am going to divide the sum into two parts. First of all, I am going to prepare the total variable cost. Then I am going to prepare the total for the fixed cost. So now let me go to the first one, the variable cost. So material is in the sum they have given. We can see material cost is 40 rupees per unit. So material cost we are going to put 40 rupees. Labor cost 30 rupees, then direct expenses 20 rupees. So what is the next step is material cost, that is the main important thing is the variable cost per unit will remain the same irrespective of the production. So this is the very important point in the variable cost. So even if you are going to produce 5,000 units or 4,000 units or 6,000 units, the variable cost remains the same. So in that case, I am going to put here also 40, 30 and 20. Here also I am going to put 40, 30 and 20. So the variable cost per unit remains the same irrespective of the production. So here I am going to fill up the amount column, that is 40 units per unit means, so in this case we are going to produce 5,000 units. So here we have to put 2 lakhs, here we have to put 1,50,000, here it is 1 lakh. Similarly here for 4,000 units, so 4,000 into 40, 1,60,000, 1,20,000, 20 into 4,000, 80,000. Similarly here for 6,000 units, so 40 into 6,000, 2,40,000, 30 into 6,000, 1,80,000. Then 20 into 6,000, 1,20,000. So this is the first step of the sum. So from the information given in the sum, I have prepared the first step, that is, I have prepared the variable cost for the material, labor and the direct expenses. So what is the next item given in the sum means factory expenses, selling and distribution expenses, administration expenses. In the bracket they have given for factory expenses it is 30% fixed, selling and distribution expenses 15% fixed, and administration expenses 100% fixed. So let me take the first item, that is factory expenses. So in the factory expenses, in the sum they have given 30% fixed. So I am going to put in the bracket, that is as 70%, because in the sum they have given as 30% fixed means remaining 70% is variable. So since I am calculating the variable cost, I will take only the 70% of the cost. So in the sum they have given 30 rupees. So 70% of 30 rupees is 21. So similarly, I am going to put the next one, that is selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution expenses. In the sum, they have given 15% fixed cost. So remaining 85% is variable cost. So what is the amount for the selling and distribution expense is 20 rupees. So that is 15% fixed means, that is 15% of 20 rupees is rupees 3. So 20 minus 3 is 17. I am going to put here 17. So what is the next one? Item is administration expenses, and in the bracket they have given 100% fixed. So that means there is no variable cost. So for next one is administration expenses. I am not going to put administration expenses because all the expenses they have given as a fixed expense. So there is no variable cost in this item. So what is the next step is? So I have given here 21 rupees per unit. So 21 rupees per unit into 5,000. That is what I am going to put now here. That is 1,05,000. Then next one is 17 rupees per unit into 5,000, that is 85,000 rupees. Similarly for next one, so 21, 17, 21, 17. So as you know, the variable cost per unit remains the same irrespective of the production. So 21 here in this case of 4,000 units of production. So 21 into 4,000, 84,000. 17 into 4,000, 68,000. Similarly, in this case of third case of 6,000 units of production. So 21 into 6,000, 1,26,000. So 17 into 6,000, 1,02,000. So this is what, friends. So this is the calculation of variable cost in this particular sum. Now what I am going to do, I am going to put total for all these items. Okay. So as I said earlier, now I have totaled all the columns. So per unit column total is 128 for 5,000 units. So it remains the same. You can see 128, 128, 128. For all the production capacity, the variable cost per unit remains the same. So the amount column total also I have given here. So this is the total of the variable cost of all the three production capacities. So the next step in the sum is, now I am going to calculate the fixed cost. So in the sum, as you know earlier, that they have given factory expenses as 30% fixed, selling and distribution expenses 15% fixed, administration expenses 100% fixed. So 30% fixed 15% fixed, 100% fixed. So 30 rupees they have given per unit. So 30% fixed means 30% of rupees 30 is 9 rupees. Similarly, 15% of 20 rupees is rupees 3. 100% of rupees 10 is rupees 10 itself. So based on the explanation, now I am going to put here rupees 9 and 3 and rupees 10. So fixed expense, I am going to multiply this number 9 by 5000, 3 into 5000 and 10 into 5000. So these are all the expenses. The main point in case of fixed cost is the fixed cost, this particular fixed cost remains same. So irrespective of the production, this amount remains the same irrespective of the production. So this is the expenses for 5000 units. So even if you are going to produce even 1000 units or 2000 units, these expenses will remain the same. So based on that, I am going to put here 45,000 for, that is this column is for 4000 units of production. So then 15,000, then 50,000. Similarly, here also I am going to put 45,000, 15,000 and 50,000. So this is what you have to put. So in all the columns of, you have to put the same amount of 45,000, 45,000, 45,000 and remaining the same as, like the same idea. You have to put 15, 15, 15,000 and 50, 50, 50 for all. So what is the next step? So next step is we have to find out per unit cost for 4000 units. So the total cost for 4000 units is 45,000. So how much is for 4000 units? So it is 11.25. Similarly, so here 15,000 divided by 4000 is 3.75. Similarly, here 50,000 divided by 4000, it is 12.5. Similarly, if you look at here for 6000 units of capacity, so 45,000 divided by 6,000, 7.5. 15,000 divided by 6,000, 2.5. 50,000 divided by 6,000, 8.3. So this is the second step in the sum. So the previous step we have calculated the variable cost. Now we have calculated the fixed cost. In case of variable cost, the cost per unit remains the same. 40, 40, 40, 30, 30, 30 like that. So in case of fixed cost, the amount remains the same. It is 45,000, 45,000, 45,000. Similarly, in case of other cases also, it remains the same. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to put total of this particular fixed cost. I am going to put total here. Okay, the total of the first column is 22. Then here it is 1,10,000. Here it is 27.5. It is 1,10,000. So here 18.3. Then here 1,10,000. So you can see here the total cost it will remain the same. 1,10,000, 1,10,000 and 1,10,000. So a small line here. So now what I am going to do is, this is the total of fixed cost. So now I am going to add the total of variable cost and total of fixed cost here. So total cost. So 128 is the variable cost. So 22 is the fixed cost. So 128 plus 22 is 140. Then 6,40,000 plus 1,10,000, it is 7,50,000. Then 128 plus 27.5, 155.5. 5,12,000 plus 1,10,000 it is 6,22,000. Then 128 plus 18.3 is 146.3. Then here also we do the same thing. 7,68,000 plus 1,10,000, it is 8,78,000. So friends, I think you have understood the problem. So before closing the session, I am going to do a small revision. First of all, I have divided the sum into two parts, that is variable cost and the fixed cost. First I have calculated the variable cost, then I have put a total, then I have calculated the fixed cost for all the capacity and I have put the total. Then I have added the variable cost and the fixed cost. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are willing, you can put a like and you can share and you can also subscribe. Thank you.